Hey, what's good? Hope you're having a good weekend. And I'm glad you're here looking at my vid. Drop a like if you want, subscribe. Hopefully, you're doing good and you are studying. So, I'm going to go over some talking points today. We're going to go over the market and see what I see. So, I'm going to be talking about imbalances. I'm going to be talking about a little bit of the footprint charts, some mindset stuff, a little journaling stuff, and more mindset stuff. So, let's start off with imbalances. So, what I do want to do is see what the price is doing now. Okay, so let's go on the day and kind of do let's go on the week and do a top down analysis. So top down analysis. You see the chart at the week, the day, the 4 hour, the hour, the 30 minute, the 15 minute, the 5 minute, the 1 minute. You can do whichever ones you want. I don't use the three or the two. This is how I was taught. So you could even see the month too. You do the month, right? You could do the month. So we'll start off there. We'll start off with the month. So we see price going up, coming down, going up, coming down, going up here, and then a sell off. Right. So this, as you can see, tapped into an imbalance here, from there to there. Okay. Well, I didn't even really tap, but it got really close. It doesn't have to it doesn't have to tap. It doesn't have to go all the way down for it to fill. But look, it tapped this imbalance here, right? So an imbalance would be that you see this candle, you see the tip of it, there. So the tip of this candle right there, where the box starts, and the tip of this candle where the box starts, did not touch in between this candle. So there is something that happened here that made it just shoot up. And usually, see, like here and here, this tip and this tip, they touch, or candles are right next to each other. Look at here, this tip and this tip, they touch, and the wicks usually go there. Like here and here is another imbalance where these candles didn't touch. As you can see there, as you go in the lower time frames, you'll notice where they're at, right? So that's the month. Let's go down to the week, right? So look, when you go into the week, you see, okay, it touched, right? Or hold on, no, I didn't. There was another one that was marked. So all these little imbalances, this whole thing is an imbalance, except for this area. It's this whole area because look, there's nothing kind of here, nothing here. So look, that touched, went up here. It tapped here, but look, this is where you can get a little bit more accurate with your imbalances, right? Um, it shot down, created an imbalance, shot down more, came up, shot down, came up, tapped the imbalance, and then proceeded to go down back to another imbalance. So now it tapped that imbalance, came back up, and as we go closer into the, like say the day, and you're able to see a little bit of more what happened, the history, the real history, and you just keep going down, and you see um, where you're at now, right? It doesn't matter this. It doesn't matter the high right now. It doesn't matter anything below here because unless you're a swing trader or a long term trader, then yeah, you can still look at those levels and do that, But if you're seeing just say price action for the week coming up, what is it most likely to do? Is it most likely to fucking rally all the way up here or tap these areas and then rally up? We are in a bull trend, and you can see by this. This is what I saw with the bull trend. So I was looking on the week and I was looking for this candle to close above this wick, right? So look at this jump. This jump is a little scary. It could come back down and tap because in the long term, this is still, look at this candle, close above this candle. That could be like a flip in bullish momentum, right? Because we don't get that. And look, we get it here, but it's not really strong like this. So came down an imbalance, closed above that, tested this back to this area, the open. Look at that wick, tested that, and it's kind of consolidating here, and then it made its mind and like, okay, we are going bullish. So let's see, where is the marker? Right there. So you see the high there. Hold on. Let me start at the beginning. So yeah, you can mark these levels and look at higher, longer time frames, but you want to see where price is moving. So say we were around here, and you see here, this closed above that. So that's like a little, look what happened, a little bullish trend. Stopped here, made a high. So you can say this is the low, right? That's a low. This is the high. Came down, down. That's the low. And then this is the high. Because look, so it came down, came up, came down, lower than this. And then it came up lower than this, right? So it's still bullish. So here's the low again, right? Look, red, red, red. And then when the red candle and the green candle are when the red candle and the green candle are right next to each other, when the red candle and the green candle are next to each other, that's when you see like, okay, something happened, right? So it went down, then it came up. So is this the high? No, because when this closed right here, it came here, it still went up higher than this, right? And then it came down. So that could be a low, right? But then close here, came up, that's the high. This area, this general area could be the low, right? You don't have to tweak out on it. But look at this. What's important? What's important is this candle and this candle. Look how this candle. Look how this green candle. Look how this green candle. Shit. Hold on. Where was I? On the daily. I think let's see the weekly. Oh yeah, the weekly. Okay. No. Right here on the daily. On the weekly too, you see it. But let me just finish explaining this. So on this candle, on this. So let's look at this area. Where's the fucking circle? I like the circle. Oh shit. Actually, let's do the ellipse. Just take that out. Let's take that. Okay. So, what the fuck was that? Okay. Oh, okay, okay. So, let's see this. All right. Let's see this area. So, the ellipse, I like it yellow. The inside, I like it yellow as well. Okay. And let's see the background. Let's do it super light to get a hint. Okay. And we'll do this at 1. All right. So if you see this area, this candle closed, this is the close right there. It closed above this wick. So that means that that's a bullish momentum candle, right? Then it came down, made a lower low. Sorry, it came down, made a higher low compared to this, right? What the fuck? So this low, and then made a higher low compared to this, came up. Actually, hold on, let me see. So it came down. Okay, the low here. Why is it snapping on this fucking chart? Grid lines, none crosshairs. How do I do it to where it doesn't snap to each fucking grid? All right, so it doesn't do it. Scales, symbols, precision. Maybe that? No. All right. Anyways, so my bad. I'm taking so long to explain this, but I want you to get it. Okay. So drop a like, subscribe. All right, so you see here, this crossed. This is the low. This is the high. Then it came back. This is a higher low. This is a kind of consolidating here, right? So that's a high. That's a low. This is a new high. Look, because compared to here to there, compared from here to here, where compared to here where the other high was, it's higher. And look, this same thing closed above this. So the market is sneaky. It doesn't want you to see this, right? But that's why you got to analyze all these charts, all these chart time frames. So you'll see here too. Look, in the lower time frames, you'll be able to see it more. Okay. So look at this low. It did not close below anything here, and then this is the future, so that doesn't matter. So it comes up, boom, higher low, closed above this candle, right? Came up, high, low. Let's see if that's a higher low. That's not a higher high yet, right? Because it would have to close above this candle for it to be valid. And this did not close above these highs or this low. But it did do like a variation, right? Where it did close above this. So this candle and these candles did close above this candle. So that's, it's valid. It could still go up. But that's where you have other confluences to verify to verify, So that's what I call well, I don't call it, but I it's like a bullish flip, right? So this week was kind of green all week. So I see this as a bullish flip. We're on a downtrend, and you see it here. This is the first signal right here. Look right here. Does that mean it's gonna go up? Nah. You gotta see what's gonna happen. You wait, and you see here. Look, boom. Does that mean it's gonna go up? Yeah, it goes up a little. Here too. Look, it's close over that. Did it go up a little? Yeah, it did. Right here. Did it go up a little? Boom. Yeah, it did. Where's another one? Right here. Look. Look at this comparison. It took a lot for it to do this. So is it gonna go up? How much is it gonna go up? Who knows? Is it gonna come down and then get? Is it gonna come down and get imbalance? Liquidity down here to go up. It's gonna come liquidity here. Right. This is where you gotta see where you mark your levels, right? Look, where there's an imbalance, the price always comes back. The price always comes back to where there's an imbalance. So it shoots up, boom, price comes back. It doesn't have to go to here, but it's it even came back to touch it again. Came up, nope, boom, came back to touch this area. But now it's like it's a little stronger, right? Green, 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 instead of like green, red, red, green, red, red, green, green, green. This is more like green, green, red, green, green, red, green, 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 green. So you got to take into the account. You got to memorize every fucking candle. Oh, this candle is a doji. This candle is a doji. Nah, bro, fuck that. Do other people do it? Yeah. Do I do it sometimes? But don't get caught up in the fucking bullshit. So look, you come down, same thing, top down analysis. So you start from the month, the week, the day, the 4 hour, and then you mark off your levels. And you mark off your levels, and then you take a trade where you think the price might go. And so sometimes when I'm feeling fearish, I make the chart smaller like this, and I take a look at it. I'm like, oh, okay, because if you look at it like this, it looks like, oh, damn, what the fuck? Like, it's moving, but it is moving. But if you set it like this, you can kind of see the structure better. That's why I like also these tick charts. They're a little cleaner. They're not like the tick charts in Sierra chart because um this, like, say it's, I don't know why it does that, but look, 2,000 ticks. Okay, why are the candles different? Different size. Look, from there to there, that's a minus 13, right? From there to there, that's 30. So it's just I don't know, it's just weird. But anyways, um I am on I am gonna talk about a couple other things. I talked about the imbalances, I talked about the bull flip, So I'm gonna wait for Monday to see if it is gonna trade still bullish and have I have a bull bias, or it's gonna come down and tap those imbalances that I saw earlier, right? And if you see on the chart, boom, you could spot it easy right here, imbalance. And then if an imbalance is like super far, like bro, nah, this is like the closest thing, so it could come down to here. Look how it tapped this kind of, well, it's not really an imbalance, but like here would be an imbalance, but it was close. It came down, you see that there's an imbalance here, an imbalance there, right? And you see the imbalances everywhere, but they get tapped. Look, from here to here, this area got tapped, and it's still going bull. But can it come down? Like, can it shoot down real quick? Get something here and just fucking rally up? Yeah, of course, So you got to think of it like this: the big people, the big players, bought shit here, bought bought shit. Watch, the big players bought shit here, all this area, boom, here, bought all this area. They sell it for cheap. They buy it for cheap, sell it for more, and then fucking just, and then again, rinse and repeat. They buy it for cheap, sell for more, buy for cheap, sell for more. So that's kind of the way the market moves. Look at this area. They fucking had all like, they've been buying, selling, buying this area, and then they decided, all right, let's fucking get it and dump. They sold all their shit, boom, bought a little bit. So is it one company? No, it's multiple fuckers. So then they can, look how much, look, boom. So this is when around Trump was in office. So that moved the market. They sold all kinds of shit. Not Trump. I'm not saying that he did it. What the fuck? I'm saying that the market just talks. The market moves, and this is what I'm noticing. I'm barely learning this stuff too. So I'm sure you know stuff that I don't, and I know stuff you don't. But I'm here to share what I do know, and I'm here to listen to myself talk again. I rewatched these videos, and I I thought I wasn't recording for a bit. I was gonna fucking flip. All right. So next, I'm gonna talk about mindset and see how, and these are the things I'm gonna talk about. But my next thing is mindset. So these past couple of days, I've been pushing through a lot of fear and and being like a little bitch. So I fucking really push through fear and push through anxiety and doubt, and I know my stuff. I've passed demo challenges. I've took great, awesome trades, and I've taken losses, I've taken wins, and now I'm ready to take more wins than losses. You know what I mean? So I study candles, I study price movement, I study all that stuff, and that's what you have to find what works for you. When you tweak something, you don't have to change up your whole system. Just tweak little things and see what works. Ask questions that you want, like you need answered. Do you need to switch up a certain style of trading for another certain style of trading if it's not working? Yeah, if you fucking use it for like a month or 2 or 3, and then like, no, okay, this isn't my style. Or I'm not a scalper. I like to fucking wait for trades more. So I take different trades. Do I know about imbalances? Do I know about liquidity, support, resistance? Like, how do I trade? Um, do I trade when I see a doji? You gotta fucking see what works for you. So make sure you're asking the right questions. See what works for you. Ask the right questions, and that's half of the battle. So make sure you're doing that. Okay. So the next thing I'm gonna talk about is journaling. When you journal, make sure you're truthful. Make sure you're truthful with yourself, because no one else is gonna read it. I try to put as much on YouTube as possible, but there's stuff in my journal that when I take trades and I get upset, I'm happy, I put it all in the journal. It's part of the process. Look over your trades and say, okay, I could have gotten in at this price better. I could have done this better. I could have done this or that, whatever. Or I was hesitant. I felt off. I didn't do part of my routine. I wasn't visualizing. Like, there's certain stuff that you have to write, and then you'll learn. Okay, and then you say, okay, yeah, this play was a bounce play or break of the lower candle or whatever kind of play you do. You journal it and make sure you're able to take a step back and kind of revisit the journal and say, okay, yeah, this is what I'm doing wrong this week. This is what I'm doing. So this is what I'm doing right. So that's what I do on Saturdays. I look at the journal. I go back on the days. I go back on the plays I like. I go back and I write what I feel, how I did for the week. How I did for the week. And since the month is coming up, the end of the month is coming up, I'm gonna do one for the end of the month and kind of cluster all the weeks together. You know. So if you see, I use TradeZilla, and I am doing better now, but before I was taking shitty trades. This week was a lot of learning right here. I was really frustrated, taking a lot of trades only to kind of confirm what I'm seeing and kind of help myself. But am I doing that now? No, because I'm learning. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. And then it's getting better and better. You know what I mean? So I am taking good trades. But I am taking losses, and the trade, look, your losses should be the same as what your as what it is, but your wins should be bigger than your losses. You know what I mean? Your wins should be bigger than your losses, and just keep it up. Keep it going. Make sure you're seeing it. And what I do, and what I've been doing, and what I've done is when I take on an endeavor, I put all my eggs in one basket. So I don't have a part-time job. I don't have a full-time job. I'm not doing shit. I saved up money to be able to study this. I had a whole ass business before this, and I fucking saved up. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna save up for a year. I bought a laptop, bought a fucking computer, bought all kinds of fucking systems and trading view and not tops, trading view. I bought TradeZilla, I bought Sierra charts with the Delta feed, but I'm learning. I learned about Sierra charts on YouTube. You can YouTube it, how to get it for cheaper. You got to open up a futures account first, and then you get the Denali feed for $15 to $16. I just trade ES futures, which is part of the CME system or whatever. So it's just this. That's all I use it for, and I don't even trade on here. I trade on Top Step or Trade Locker, and I am really grateful, and I I do surround myself with my goals. You know what I mean? And I'm really focused on this stuff, and I really want to become a better trader. Am I doing this for money? Of course. But is it just the money? No, I want to learn the skill. I want to be able to teach, and I want to be able to talk correctly about it, and be able to fucking be able to do a system that's super easy and anyone can do it. I can show my brother, my nephew, or whoever wants to learn. But I just gotta stick with it. Stick with it for for a while, bro. It's not gonna fucking come overnight, but really make sure that you're putting in the work, and you'll see the results. Look, when I was fucking up, I was fucking up. Look at last month, right? Changed some stuff up, learned my shit, and um started doing good. And I was using a demo account. Where the fuck? Oh yeah, I was using a demo account on this, and this is where I started crushing it. Like a hundred and fucking uh, um 150K demo, and look, I was doing good. I was taking a gang of trades, but like I said, I was learning good trades. Good, as long as your losers are bigger than your winners. But look, am I telling you to take fucking 30 trades? Nah, I was doing this to learn. I was doing this so I can see, okay, this works, this ain't working, and really imagining myself fucking losing, and pretending this is my money, you know what I mean? Pretending this is my fucking money, and really, like, really, um, really focusing in on that, and it's slowly, surely becoming, these videos help me to go back and kind of rewatch and see where my mindset was. So I hope it's helping you too, and I hope you do great things, and make sure you're putting in that work. Please like the video if you're this far. Like the video. I really appreciate that, just so I can see that people are liking it, or suggest shit. Because I put meme sounds after. I think I like it because it makes me laugh when I rewatch it. So if you like it, cool. If you don't, let me know. Let me know what I could do better, and that'd be cool. Appreciate that. And I'm glad I see a couple people watching my stuff, and I hope it helps them. I hope they fucking hate it. I hope they love it. I don't care, but I do care, in the long run. You know what I mean? So appreciate that, and have a good weekend. Have a good year, and let's fucking crush it, bro. Let's keep going.